Welcome back to Wegs Garage. Working on the convertible top for our 1964 Triumph TR4. Got a little bit of a construction site going in the background here today. We just got a few little details that we need to finish up here. There are some snaps on the underside here that hold the top to the frame. We've got a few snaps around the window openings, and just a little tiny adjustments on the webbing straps to get everything just perfect. So, you get started on that now. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is kind of finish up our frame straps here. One thing we noticed once we got the top on is that our frame was just a little bit off from the seams here, so we kind of pushed it into place because the frame really follows these seams in the top. So what we had to do is just push this side back a little bit, and as a result, I don't know if you can see that or not, the strap is now kind of loose inside here. So we were going to just take the top off, get this lined up, and reattach the strap on this side to the frame to keep tension on that so that it'll always go up in the same location. And then after that, we're going to trim the fronts of these straps and kind of finish that up. So that's what we'll start with now. All right, so we got everything adjusted here. You can see now the seams on the top follow really nicely with the actual frame here. It is still a little bit loose here between these two. We'll still have to probably address that. And then obviously we still have to trim this strap also. But next time we take the top off here, we're gonna also try to get ready to put the snaps on this kind of center top piece here. This kind of helps hold the top down to the frame while it's going down the road. There's just like 3 or 4 snaps I think that go on here, and it wraps around the tube. So we are gonna plan out kind of where those go and then get those installed. Okay, real quick here, I do have laid out kind of the main components of these male and female snap assemblies. This piece here is like the female part of the snap. You can see, and then that just fits around, when you're actually snapping it, that fits around this male portion right here. Now either of those can be combined with, well, of course you can attach it to something with like a rivet or something like that. That's what we did on the front part of the top. And you can also use these bases here, and there's a couple different kinds. This is kind of a base for something where you're going to be able to see it in the end, right? So it has kind of a smooth, nice finish on the backside. That's kind of the part that you want to look at. If you have one that's kind of blind and you don't want to have a lot of protrusion on the backside, these ones here are what you use for that. They both serve the same purpose, so I think you can combine either of these with either of these, although in the case of this little wraparound part of the top right here, the female portion of the snap goes with the decorative part here and goes kind of on the outside part here, and then the male portion goes with this kind of blind version on the other side. So that's what we're going to be doing when we put this on now. Nice. All right, so super close quarters here, but here's our little tube around there. That is looking really nice. So we just have two things left now. One is the little piece that goes up here, right there. And then there's an elastic strap in here. Let's see if I can get it out. Come on. All right, there it is. And this pulls out and snaps onto the frame right there. So you need to install one snap for that. So we're gonna take the top back off again and put that on. All right, so we all right, so we got the snap installed on this elastic strap. That was a little bit of a trick. This piece here has probably about 4 layers of fabric. It's doubled over, so those little studs on the snap fasteners were a little bit short, so we really had to push down on this part to compress it all together before we hit it with the kind of swaging tool thing to round it over. But we did get it nice and secure. They're probably not the prettiest ones we've done, but I think it's gonna work. So now I just gotta put the top back on again.
Okay.
All right, so that pretty much does it. Now that we got that last snap on the elastic strap there, this thing is basically done. Okay, now I say basically because we do have one issue, and that is right up in the front corner here. There is supposed to be a little metal piece that attaches to this little flap that goes around the window, and that hooks around a little hook on the frame. And unfortunately, we didn't really realize what that was when we were doing body work on this car. We forgot to add the hook on there. So we don't have the hook. It's like behind here. So we're gonna have to improvise something for that. I know kind of what it looks like. Not exactly sure what we're gonna do to fix that situation. If maybe we could just screw something or rivet something to this pinch weld here that works as a hook. But we're just gonna leave that for now and just kind of go with it. But we are super happy with how this turned out. It looks awesome. It's awesome. Very nice. Well,
what? It's pretty cozy in here, isn't it?
it's very cozy in here.
Came out nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. There's a few things we gotta sort out yet, but I would say this thing's pretty much done.
Yeah, it pretty much closed it up. One thing about it, it's kind of tight in here. If the other guy needs a shower, you're going to know it.
Yes, that's for sure.
I wouldn't want to name names, but you're going to know it.
Well, we're super happy with how this top turned out. This is an awesome top here from Moss Motors. Thanks again for their support. And yeah, we'll see you again next time. It's time for a celebratory beer.
More to do next week.